Welcome to our September 6th board meeting. Join us in the pledge. Councilwoman Inzarella.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Supervisor Warehan,
Here.
Councilman McCarthy,
Here.
Councilwoman Noack,
Here.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Here.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes. Okay, we have one site plan today. Mr. Trotter, you'll be presenting.
Yes. Good afternoon, Supervisor, members of the Town Board. I'm Liam Trotter with the Planning Department, and we have one site plan for the Board to consider this afternoon, acting as the Board of Site Plan Review. The application is CTU Properties, LLC. The site is on the southwest corner of Smithtown Boulevard and Shepherd Lane, just past Terry Road. And the proposal is for a 77 square foot first floor addition and a 1,824 square foot second floor addition to an existing one-story office building, and a proposed parking lot expansion with retaining walls and associated site work. This proposal did go to the Board of Zoning Appeals for various variances, which were granted. So the applicant has agreed to 5 conditions of site plan approval. The first condition is that they obtain a building permit prior to the start of construction. The second condition is that they install a tree preservation fence around all trees to be preserved on site prior to the issuance of the building permit. The third condition is that they obtain a road opening permit from the Town Highway Department, and all asphalt curbing on the south side of the property along Shepherd Lane be replaced with concrete curbing. The fourth condition is that they obtain a highway work permit from the Suffolk County Department of Public Works for improvements along Smithtown Boulevard, and the grass snow strip shall be maintained between the curb and sidewalk. And the last condition is that the applicant shall obtain a building permit for the proposed retaining walls, including any temporary shoring required for construction. So again, this is the proposed site plan. They will be putting a second floor addition on the footprint of the existing building, and this area on the south of the east side of the building, this parking lot expansion will occur right over here. And this is the proposed rendering of the final product. Does the board have any questions?
Okay. Any questions by the board?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next up, we're pleased to announce that we have finally finished our facade renovation grant program. Took a little time to get that put in place, but we did. This is $250,000 that came out of the federally funded COVID relief funds. And we put the $250,000 aside for any property owner, building owner in our central business district that wishes to do a facade renovation, can apply for this grant, and I'll have Nicole Gargiulo is going to explain how this grant's going to work. Nicole?
Thank you, Supervisor. Want to credit first our planning department and our town attorney's office, who really spearheaded the logistics of this, with support from the supervisor's office, also buildings department, and we've also had some assistance from DEW and our buildings engineering department as well. I said buildings already, sorry. We will have this available on the homepage today after the board meeting. It will be available just like we did the outdoor dining permit. The town will reimburse the cost of 75% of a facade improvement grant not to exceed $20,000. This is, like you said, ARPA funded, designed to encourage and incentivize facelifts within the downtown areas, especially areas like Kings Park and Smithtown, Main Street. Right now, we're in the process of getting our sewer infrastructure set up, but in the meantime, we've heard from residents and businesses alike that it would be great if we could do some sort of a facelift just to beautify the downtown business area, and the ARPA funds gave us this opportunity. These grants are for business owners and property owners solely located within the town of Smithtown, and we are giving priority consideration to projects located in these downtown business districts. These eligible improvements would be for primary or front-facing facade entrance or attached signage. That would include things like doors, windows, awnings, masonry, walkways, building and surface material, facade improvements like improved handicapped accessibility will also be considered. Our point person for handling these grants will be Kelly Brown. In the meantime, though, we have sort of a facade grants kind of guide, which we're gonna start taking to the chambers individually and walking them through who can apply, what the process is, answer any questions they might have, and hopefully start giving some acceptances of these grants. Any
Cool.
questions?
Thank you very much. Are there any questions by the board?
Just a quick question. These are grants for people that want to do improvements in the future? Or is this,
We're not reimbursing anything that they have already done. It would be for an investment that they're planning on making.
okay,
And it's up to $20,000. They have to match 25% of the grant, which is consistent with other villages and towns that do similar things
it's a
like
matching
this.
grant
Right.
almost, yeah.
Right.
And the time frame is when we run out of money, it ends, I would assume.
Right, so we have, like Supervisor said, $250,000 that we put aside from our first ARPA grant, ARPA money round, I guess. And hopefully, I don't suspect that we'll get 10 grants for $20,000 or anything like that. I think they're gonna be based on different amounts, but we could facilitate anywhere between 10 and 20 larger projects or a number of smaller projects.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Nicole.
You're welcome.
I want to thank the town council for their support. I think it's a great initiative, and we do believe there will be a number of business owners that will take advantage of it. For small facade renovations, while we're waiting for the sewer projects in the future years to come to completion, before there's any actual major renovations in the business district. And we hope it'll make aesthetically pleasing a lot of the buildings we have here. So I want to thank the departments and the town council for their support. Nicole, thanks for putting it together, and hopefully we have some takers. Okay, we'll move to the agenda. Deputy Clerk?
Okay, in correspondence, the building department report from July under parades and walks. Hop School's homecoming parade, Saturday, October 1st, from 3:30 till approximately 4:30. Nisququag River State Park Foundation 5K Turkey Trot, Thursday, November 24th, from 9 until 10. Smithtown Kickers Soccer Club 5K Turkey Trot, Thursday, November 24th, from 8 till 12. And the Community Association of Greater St. James Car Show, Sunday, October 16th, set up from 8 to 9, and Lake Avenue closure from 9 to 4. On the next category, advertise for public hearing, authorize the town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to be held at Smithtown Town Hall on Thursday, September 22nd at 2 p.m. to consider proposed amendments to Chapter 323 of the Town Code entitled Transfer of Density Flow Rights.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes,
Councilwoman Noah,
yes,
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Waring.
Yes.
Consent agenda controller, number 1 to 21, and consent resolution, number 1, along with the minutes of August 9th.
Is there anyone on the town board that wishes to remove any resolutions from the consent agenda?
Okay.
No. Mr. Clerk?
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
yes,
Councilwoman Noah,
yes,
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Waring.
Yes.
The town board to issue a CEQA negative declaration determination of non-significance for the reasons stated in a memorandum from the Environmental Protection Director in the matter of the application for site plan approval by Ken Higgins for CTU properties on the southwest corner of Smithtown Boulevard and Shepherd Lane in Wisconsin, an application for site plan approval by Lou Castellano for Rose Street residents, the north side of Rose Street, east of St. John Lund Road, and the town board's own motion to amend Smithtown Town Code, Chapter 322 regarding food, retail, and drive-in windows.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
yes,
Councilwoman Noah,
yes,
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Waring.
Yes.
Authorize the town clerk to advertise for the following bids. Bid 88, reconstruction of Long Beach Road. 86, print recycling calendar. 83, automotive repair items. 82, lawn and garden supplies. 85, road and landscape materials, 84, janitorial supplies, and 87, six-wheel truck with various options.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Zarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noah,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wareham.
Yes.
Award the following bids and authorize the purchase of associated goods or services. RFP 2271 for maintenance and repair of physical systems to Miller Environmental Group, and the reconstruction of Callahan's Beach to Pioneer Landscaping and Asphalt Paving, and to further authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement on a form approved by the town attorney.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Zarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noah,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wareham.
Yes.
The town board to approve the following. Ratification of the supervisor's execution of an agreement with the Gino Macchio Foundation to provide a grant to the Gino Macchio Foundation's Recovery Friendly Workplace Put Recovery to Work program. Reappointment of Michael Felice as a member of the Board of Assessment Review, term of office from October 1st through September 30th, 2027. The next two resolutions are regarding an amendment to the 2002 highway program. One is to add Southern Boulevard in Wisconsin from Route 25 to 347, and the other is to add Pine Tree Court and Mar Lane in Comac. Extension of bid 2230 for polyethylene bags with Central Poly Bag Corporation. The Highway Department to purchase a trailer-mounted asphalt hotbox reclaimer from Trias Incorporated. Purchase of playground equipment for Chubert's Beach from Landscape Structures Incorporated. Sole source resurfacing of the sports court at Gaynor Park by Classic Turf Company. Amendment to the CSEA collective bargaining agreement regarding the title of technical support aid. Town board to accept the letter from Edward R. Wareheim regarding municipal service facility financial assurance, and the report by FPM Group dated August 2022 entitled Municipal Services Facility Phase 2, Cell Number 6, Financial Assurance Update for Fiscal Year 2021, and to direct the town clerk to enter both documents into the official operating record of the Municipal Service Facility Phase 2, Cell 6 landfill. Adopt amendments to Chapter 322 of the Town Code regarding food, retail, and drive-in windows. Establishment of Town of Smithtown Small Business Facade Grant Program to provide matching grants up to $20,000 to commercial property owners and business owners to make improvements and renovations to the street front exteriors of their building.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Zarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noah,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wareham.
Yes.
Authorize the acceptance of a check donation from Lorraine Petrucci DeCandia for $50 to the animal shelter, and a check donation from John J. Fuchs Charitable Trust for $200 to the animal shelter.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Zarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noah,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wareham.
Yes.
Authorize the supervisor to execute the following resolutions on a form approved by the town attorney. An amendment to the agreement with the Incorporated Village of the Head of the Harbor dated August 3rd, 2020, to increase the rate to $80 per ton. Easement agreements with several property owners whose parking areas abut the town-owned municipal parking lot located on Main Street in Smithtown between Landing Avenue and Bank Avenue. Agreement with Wareon LFG Services LLC for the use of a portion of the Town of Smithtown Municipal Service Facility for storage purposes. A professional service agreement with Aquarius Capital to provide actuary valuation consulting services as required by Government Accounting Standards Board. And the last is a donation agreement with Vincent DeCanio for the town to accept a memorial bench and a tree donation to be placed at Short Beach.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Zarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noah,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wareham.
Yes.
Town Board to approve the following settlements per the recommendation of the town attorney. Laureen Kaplan, $3,245.96. Matthew Matty, $11,500. National Grid, $1,161.51. Allison Cruz, $369.32. And Geico, $4,665.48.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Zarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noah,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Wareham.
Yes.
And personnel items number 1 to 13 as described on the agenda.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Anzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Norwood,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Leonard.
Yes. We have one site plan to vote on.
We have minutes approval from the town board from August 9th, 2022, and conditionally approve the site plan for CTU Properties as earlier described by Liam Trotta for a proposed 77 square foot first floor addition and a 1,824 square foot second floor in addition to an existing office building and a parking lot expansion with retaining walls and associated site work. The location is the northwest corner of Smithtown Boulevard and Shepherd Lane in Wisconsin.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Anzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Norwood,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Leonard.
Yes. That completes our agenda for today. Deputy Clerk, do we have anyone who wishes to speak?
We have one, but he's still in the process of filling out the card.
Okay, before you start, sir, this section is for the public participation section. The rules of decorum will be in place. You have it on your speaker card, section 76.7. Public portion is for town-related matters only. Any unsubstantiated, unverified, or material false information will be interrupted. You have 3 minutes for your public comment. That's strictly enforced. When you hear the tone, it means you have a minute to wrap up your comments. Name and address for the clerk, and please address the town board.
Mr. Supervisor, my name is Erwin Eisen, I-Z-E-N. I'm a resident of town of Smithtown. My address is 357 Veterans Memorial Highway, Comac, New York, 11725. And I'm here to speak on the Callahan's Beach Reconstruction Project. I have 3 points to make on the project. Number one, there's no handicap access on the project. I think that's an oversight on the town. I think it should be at least examined. Number two, I believe there's no DEC permit currently on this project. And I'm questioning as to whether that exists. And I spoke to Councilman Lohman, who was very forthright in getting back to me, and I thank you again for that information. My third point is that in reviewing the plans for this project, there's a lot of demolition work, a lot of pavement work, a lot of drainage work. I've spoken to the highway department, who can do this work, has done this work on town roads, has done this work on town pavement, on town parking lots, and they were not consulted with this project. And I want to know why.
Excuse me, could you repeat that? They were, what did
They
they
were
say?
not consulted on this project, and I'd like to know why.
Who did you speak to in highway?
Head highwayman is
Robert Murphy?
Mr. Murphy. And just the other day I spoke to him. So that's one of my concerns are. I'm a resident of town. The beach has been down over the year now. I don't see the DEC permit in place. You can't do anything without the DEC permit. I see a lot of proposals for over $2 million worth of work on just phase one. And I think that this board should take a look at this project, number one, before they go any further. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comments. I will just answer 2 of your questions. All through this process of putting this project to bid, myself, unless another board member knows, were never contacted by the highway department about any interest in doing the project. I will tell you that they have a busy schedule with what they do normally with road paving, et cetera, so I'm not so sure they would be able to handle this project. That's number one. Number two, DEC permits, we understand we need them in place. We are in the process of getting those permits to our Department of Vermont Waterways, and we are anxiously awaiting DEC to get back to us on the permit procedure so we can begin to start the project.
May I respond to your comments?
Sure.
Number one is, whether you reach out to them, they reach out to you, planning reaches out to them, highway reaches out to you. I personally don't care, I'm a resident, it's a $2 million project. We can do it in-house, or we can do some of it in-house. I want that to be explored. So I don't care the bureaucracy, how it goes here and there, but somebody should reach out when I, as an uneducated taxpayer, can figure out what's going on. Number two, if the DEC permit hasn't been put in place yet, we can't work on this project.
Correct.
So we're putting it out for bid. Okay, we can't put a shovel in the ground until DEC. That should have been the first priority. We getting DEC on board. And whether the Department of Waterways and Mr. Barnes is the person to have taken that step way back when is something this board should explain and explore. And I think it's a year behind where it should be because of that fact. And I, as resident of the western end of the town, who don't go to Long Beach and Short Beach, it's too far. Okay, I have been unable to use Callahan's for the whole summer. And more importantly, you're seeing the Kings Park dock is becoming more of a swim area than a boating area because of that. Okay, so those are my concerns. And Mr. Supervisor, I've researched this. I went to the open bid meeting. I saw the erosion. Okay, the erosion that was in place last year and probably the year before. So I'm just concerned with the fact that this project has been mismanaged, number one. Number two is that it's going to continue to be mismanaged. And I'm concerned about that.
Okay, thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
No, that's it.
No other speakers? I will move to close the meeting.
Second. Supervisor Wainwright?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Noah?
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella?
Yes.
Councilman Loman?
Yes.